we are going to be celebrating the Mexico that probably most of us don't even know about, the deeper Mexico. I'm Olivia Cadaval, and I am the co-curator of the Mexico program. I'm co-curating this program with my great colleague from the National Institute of History and Anthropology in Mexico, Rodolfo Palma-Rojo. The best metaphor that he has created for this program, I think, it's the X in Mexico. This is the crossroads. This is the crossroads of cultures. Mexico is very, very diverse culturally, very diverse historically, very diverse in geography. So we're going to try to capture all these different dimensions in the stories that we will be telling. We went down to Mexico and we said, what stories can we tell? The one thing that we all came together in is looking at how traditional Mexico is, how undeniably traditional in its urban areas and in its rural areas. It's palpable. And yet it's so modern. And how best to do it but to go to the source. Of course, Mexico was known as the Mesoamerica, the pre-Columbian civilizations. This is really the root, the source of the richness of Mexican culture, on the whole, not totally, because we also have communities in the north. However, what always shocks you is that in this continuity of tradition, there's this incredible modernity. There's this creativity in every one of their communities of how they transform their knowledge. They persevere in their knowledge, but they're very modern people who have no problem using modern materials, modern technologies, and yet there is this larger traditional underlay for their way of life. It's not just culture, the pretty culture of dance, and we'll have lots of dance and ceremonies and great food, but it's the everyday life that holds it together. When you come to this program, we want you to come into a Mexico, a sense of Mexico, and you're going to walk into some of these institutions that shape any country. You're going to walk into the plaza. In the plaza, that's where we have ceremonies that celebrate, commemorate, and fight for our rights. This is a place where we connect the heavens with the earth. This is a place to thank the Deepak for the corn that will grow. And then from the plaza, this is where you meet these communities. And of course, part of their ceremony is all the clothing they wear, all their crafts that they use for making their offerings. So you'll see great craftspeople here. Every festival has music, and of course, all the ceremonies have its integral part, whether it's with a violin or whether there's a wonderful gentleman that plays for the palo volador, and he has a tiny little drum that he holds in his finger, and the rest of his hand is playing a little flute. Go over to the market. There's el mercado. El mercado, this is the economy of a community. We have the workshop of a family. This is a Zapoteco family that goes back to pre-Columbian times. Vijoel can make for you a rug with Zapotec motifs. He can also make you want to have a Picasso on a rug. Well, you just tell him what you want. So there's this negotiating, but the tradition is there, the way of weaving, the natural dyes that they still use. And everybody knows two major crops in Mexico, corn and maguey. Corn will come to life through ceremony, through its cultivation, through the dolls that are being made, through the tezuino, which is what the Huirarica make of. It's a fermented drink for their ceremonies. And then we'll have the corn from the highlands, Xochimilco with the chinampas, and we'll have corn from Campeche, the Yucatan Peninsula. The complement maguey. We all know about tequila. Well, tequila originally was called vino mezcal. And actually the tequila, the earliest distilleries, which are pre-Columbian, come from Amatitan, where the Fábrica Santa Rita is gonna come from. This is a family that has distilled tequila for centuries now. We hope that the festival in Washington, D.C. is yet another X of encounter between the participants, encounter with the public, encounter with many immigrants come into the area, and sort of thrash out the common issues we have and strategies on how to address some of these cultural issues that I think confront everybody in the world.